Okay, so we have reached our scheduled time, that is 7 p.m. and now we are about to begin our today's webinar. So I'm ending the poll here. All of you who have logged in your answers for this poll, please keep an eye during the webinar to know the correct answer. Thank you so much for your answers. Namaste, Sat Shri Akal, Salam Alaikum, and a very warm good evening to everyone. This is Sanghamitra, leading the care management at Xyla Health, and I'm your host for the evening today. So for a quick introduction, Xyla Health is India's most loved health management platform that is serving 2 lakh plus patients in 595 plus cities. Happens to be the highest rated app with a 4.8 plus rating and delivers 24/7 care. We have been helping people with multiple health conditions such as COVID, diabetes, heart issues, kidney health issues, and women's health issues through a very able and experienced medical team that is in-house at Xyla for the highest quality care. So over the screen now, what you can see is Xyla's in-house care team. Today, we have with us Ms. Diksha Goyal, Head Clinical Nutritionist, who also specializes in designing disease-centric dietary suggestions. We are very delighted to have you amongst us today, Ms. Diksha. Thank you for joining us for this extensive webinar. So everyone, we would be discussing today about treating long-term constipation, acidity, and gas. As we all know, this is really common nowadays due to the lifestyle that we follow, and most of the people who joined the Xyla care were noticed having these symptoms in the early days. But with following so many easy to follow home remedies, they were able to take care of these conditions. Today we would be discussing what are those quick home remedies that one can follow and what are basically small changes that we need to do in our routine to avoid these conditions. So I'll just now request Ms. Diksha that over to you, and you can now start the webinar. Also, if anyone has any questions, you can start sharing those in the chat box. We'll cover those towards the end of the webinar today. आपके जो भी सवाल हैं, आप chat box में जरूर पूछ सकते हैं. हम webinar के end में आपके सवालों का जरूर जवाब देंगे. So over to you, Ms. Diksha. Yeah, Ms. Diksha, you're not audible actually. Yeah. No, Ms. Diksha, you're not audible. Sure. So meanwhile, while Ms. Diksha she'll try to reconnect with us due to some network issues, her voice was not audible. No issues. So today we would be discussing about managing constipation, acidity, and gas. As we all know, these are really common health issues that we face in our day-to-day lives. हमें इसके लिए क्या करना चाहिए, ये होती क्या है असल में, और इनसे बचने के लिए या इनको प्रिवेंट करने के लिए हम क्या ऐसे छोटी होम रेमेडीज फॉलो कर सकते हैं जो हमारे घर पे इजीली अवेलेबल हैं, जिनसे कि हम इनसे निजात पा सकते हैं. कई बार ये लॉन्ग टर्म भी होता है, कई बार ये अक्यूट होता है जो कि कुछ दिनों में ही ठीक हो जाता है, पर जो क्रॉनिक कंडीशंस होती हैं जो काफी समय तक रहती हैं, उनसे हम कैसे निजात पा सकते हैं. तो आज हम इन सभी चीजों के बारे में बात करेंगे, और आपके जो भी सवाल हैं इन चीजों को लेकर के आप वो जरूर हमसे आज पूछ सकते हैं. आपके जो भी सवाल जो आपने आज के सेशन के लिए रखा हुआ था कि आप मिस दीक्षा से वो पूछना चाहते हैं, आज हम आपके सारे सवालों का जवाब देंगे. So
I hope I'm audible now.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, good evening everyone. Namaste. And I hope आप लोग बहुत अच्छे हैं. And today, as the session you all know is about digestive issues. So most common हम लोग हर समय हर कोई किसी ना किसी पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम पे हम लोग सफर करते हैं डाइजेस्टिव इश्यूज से, राइट? तो टुडे वी विल अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट ऑल आर द डाइजेस्टिव इश्यूज. समटाइम्स वी डोंट नो व्हाट द problem is actually, right? And to find any solution or to resolve any problem, we actually first need to know what the problem is. So in today's session, we'll be covering out what all are the digestive issues, what all type of common digestive issues we suffer from, and what are the remedies, what are the things that we should do to get rid of it or prevent it from getting it, right? And along with that, your questions will be welcomed, and I'll try my best to answer all of your questions. So let's start. Let me just present you my screen. I hope everyone is able to see my screen.
Yes, Ms. Diksha.
Okay, great. So what is digestive issue? What are digestive issues? So हमारा एक digestive system होता है जिसमें mouth होता है, food pipe होता है, stomach होता है, pancreas होता है, liver होता है, then intestines होती हैं, right? So this is whole digestive system. इसमें पूरा GI tract आता है, liver आता है, pancreas आता है, gall bladder आता है. Everything comprises of digestive system, and if any of it is not working properly, or the most important thing, our lifestyle is not good and we are not treating our digestive system very nicely, we can end up having digestive issues, right? So if we want a healthy digestion, if we want our digestive system to be healthy, we need to take care of all these organs. We need to take care. We need to take care of our digestive system, right? So what is the function of digestive system? Function of the digestive system is कि जो भी हम खाना खाते हैं, whatever we eat, right? That food is digested first of all, and out of that, whatever nutrients we get, right, that is absorbed, and whatever we and we get energy, the fuel from the food for our body to perform functions. So this is the use of digestive system. They help in digestion and absorption and assimilation, correct? So basically क्या होता है, तो digestive issues कैसे हो सकते हैं? Digestive issues बहुत सारे cases की बहुत सारे तरीके के हो सकते हैं. So broadly classified into two types of digestive issues. One is acute. Acute always means short period of time के लिए. और we say कि जो चीजें बस होती हैं, एक दो दिन रहती हैं and then they are resolved, right? On the other hand, कुछ चीजें होती हैं जो chronic होती हैं. So we also end up having some chronic digestive issues. जो chronic मतलब that last for a longer period of time. So those are known as chronic digestive issues. So basically, what are the types of digestive issues that we end up having? So most common is bloating, पेट का फूल जाना, या swollen belly, है ना, or having a constipation, not able to pass your stools properly, or not very frequently, not regularly, or passing loose stools, passing indigested food through the stools, getting acid reflux, or we say GRD is also a condition, acidity, indigestion, bharipan lagna, heaviness in chest, heartburn, and more. If these problems are not resolved time sensitively, they can further lead to problems like inflammation in your gut, inflammation in your intestine, in your stomach, which can further give rise to the peptic ulcers, the colitis, and many more things. So these are the types of digestive issues. Sometimes we are not able to know कि मेरे साथ क्या issue है. I feel discomfort. I feel uncomfortable, but I'm not able to figure out कि मुझे क्या problem है. What am I suffering from? So if you are waking up with a headache, or you wake up with a thing that my belly is swollen, or you wake up with heaviness in your chest or heaviness in your stomach, right? Or you sleep and after that you feel acidic or bitter mouth, or throughout the day you have bad breath, or you are not passing your stools regularly, you have difficulty in passing stools. All of these if you experience any of this thing, my friend, you are suffering and you are having digestive issues which needs to be treated. So for treating digestive issues, there are a number of things, right? But the first and the foremost important thing is that we need to improve our lifestyle. So let us understand about what leads to all these problems one by one. So going further, the first and the most common issue that every one of us suffers at some point of time, and some people actually have started living with this problem, right? So constipation. So constipation is not a disease, first of all, right? So you cannot say that I am suffering from a disease called constipation. So constipation is nothing but it is the irregular bowel movement, correct? So irregular bowel movement, and along with that, not able to pass stools for more than 3 times in a week. If you are passing your bowels or your stools less than 3 times in a week, then you are having a constipation. So constipation mein kya hota hai? You are not able to pass the stool. What can be the reason? The reason can be that your stools have turned hard. They have turned hard, so they are not able to move through your colon, through your rectum, through your intestines, right? Or they have turned dry due to dehydration. That is why you are not able to pass over the stools. So it can be due to lack of physical activity, the very important thing. And I'll add that this work from home culture, right? This has given a great hike in this problem due to inactivity. One of the biggest reasons that all the youngsters today suffer from constipation is inactivity, sedentary lifestyle. The other thing is dehydration. I know हम लोग बोलते हैं पानी तो मैं पीता हूँ. I तो drink water every day. I drink lots of water every day. But drinking only when you are thirsty is not the thing. It's you are not hydrating your body properly. Drinking just 2 to 4 glasses of water or just after having your meal is not hydrating your body. So hydration is very, very important to keep your stools soft and prevent them from turning into hard stools. Another third thing is, which is again a problem with us, especially the youngsters, that we lack fruits and salads, the fiber in our meals, because we are much more inclined towards the refined, processed, packaged food, मैदे से बनी चीजें, then जितनी भी refined चीजें, especially the packet wala food that we come over, right? So lack of fiber is another reason for constipation. And there are some phases of our life which aggravates, which promotes constipation. One of which is pregnancy, the happiest phase of a woman's life, right? But it comes with lots of problem, and one of that is constipation, right? Then as we grow, as we turn old, in the geriatric age, the people who are turning old or they are above the age of 60 might feel that they are not passing their bowels regularly or as properly as they used to pass earlier in their earlier age, right? And one most important thing is while traveling. So why while traveling? While traveling, your daily routine is disturbed. One has a habit of getting up in the morning, going to the washroom, freshening up, passing the stools and everything. But during the travel time, you do not have the proper conveyance, right, to go and pass the bowel, or your routine is simply disturbed due to traveling or XYZ reasons. We are not well hydrated. We do not eat a healthy food. So all of these somewhere are the major, I'm not saying the only reasons or causes, but the major causes for constipation are these 4. So if we are having constipation, we feel difficulty in passing stool, if you feel pain while passing stool, you do not feel an urge to pass a stool, you have constipation. And if you are passing less than 3 times in a day, it is definitely a constipation, and these can be the causes. So now let's head towards what are the symptoms. Basically, I already told you about that. Passing stool less than 3 times in a week, right? Hard, that you feel pain while evacuating your stools, or sometimes after passing stool you feel fissures like the cuts in the anal region. That is another thing. Sometimes some people even experience hemorrhoids, or they experience blood in their stool. That is also one of the reason for constipation, right? Not feeling like having anything, not, you always feel full and you feel like that I need not to eat anything. There is a loss of appetite because you are having stool in your intestine and you do not have any appetite. Another very common thing is having acne, having bad breath. That is one of the major signs of constipation. Then having mouth ulcers. If someone is having mouth ulcers, you might be having constipation, or you are not able to clear your bowels properly. So all of these things are somewhere the symptoms of constipation. Otherwise, the first and most important symptom of constipation is that you are not clearing your bowels properly, you are not having a satisfactory motion, and you are passing bowels less than 3 times a week. This is the major reason. And if you feel any time blood in your stool, hard stool, or fissures, sometimes the condition can aggravate and we might need a physical examination. Correct? So in that case, please do visit a doctor if you are currently having any signs and symptoms like this. Moving ahead, so what are the treatment? First, most important thing is, as I said, hydration. Hydration is very, very, very important. One should drink at least 10 to 12 glasses of water in a day. Just make sure, if you are asked by your physician or your nutritionist or dietitian to restrict the water intake or fluid intake, do follow that. But otherwise, if you are not having any such condition, drink at least 10 to 12 glasses of water. If there is a minute or very small problem or starting of the constipation, it will be instantly resolved. You won't require any other thing or any medication or something else. The another thing that will help in softening of your stools and getting rid of constipation is adding fiber in your meals, right? So fiber, as I always say, majorly comes from fruits and salads. So add all of your fruits, all of your salads. Basically, the major fruits that are really good for constipation is papaya. Having a bowl of papaya every day is an amazing thing one can have to resolve their even the chronic constipation, the constipation they are having from very long term. Correct? The another one is banana. Obviously, the ripened banana, amazing for getting rid of constipation. Plums, or if you get the prunes, dehydrated prunes, or we get raisins, they are amazing source of fiber and iron, and they help in managing or improving your constipation or getting rid of constipation. And definitely the salads, tomatoes works wonder, beetroot works wonder, and all these fruits that are rich in iron, that are rich in fiber, please have them. At least try to add 2 fruits in a day and some sort of salad in your lunch and dinner. That will definitely take care of your fiber intake throughout the day. मूविंग नेक्स्ट, द थर्ड थिंग, सबने सुना होगा आज के टाइम पे, एंड आजकल हम लोग काफी फैंसी भी हो गए हैं, है ना, ईटिंग ग्रीक योगर्ट्स, है ना, एंड बहुत सारे योगर्ट्स एक्चुअली मार्केट में आ रही हैं, राइट? सो एंड दे स्टेट दे आर द सोर्स ऑफ प्रोबायोटिक, but it is not that the Greek yogurt only has that probiotic. Our homemade curd also has probiotic in it. So adding a small bowl of curd 1 to 2 times in a day is really good to improve your gut flora. So what is probiotic? Probiotic are the good bacteria which help in the digestion of your food. So we need good bacteria, and curd is the most common source of probiotic to us. So adding a small bowl of curd in breakfast and lunch is an amazing thing. You can also add lassi or buttermilk instead of this if you do not like. Right? Moving next, fats. You must have heard from everyone around, I know, that fats are not good for us. Fats make you fat. Fats can lead to heart problems. Fat can lead to obesity and whatnot. Definitely, it can when consumed in high amount. As I always say, having healthy fat is not the problem, is not going to create issues in your life. It is not going to lead to some diseases. Have healthy fat. So what are the sources of healthy fat? All of your nuts and seeds, or ghee, makhan, all the kachi ghani oils that we use, they are very important in your diet in the required amount. Do not overeat it, but include it. Do not remove it from your diet. Right? Having a handful of nuts and seeds, having 1 tablespoon of makhan, having but the white butter, not the processed wo packaged butter jo market mein milta hai, but the homemade white butter that we churn with hand at home, or the homemade ghee. This is something that we should include in our diet in appropriate quantity to get rid of constipation. Another most important, and I'll say the Indian superfood, आजकल superfood का जमाना है, right? So Indian superfood, it has India in its name only, Indian gooseberry, right? The amla. So amazing superfood. One should actually have one amla every day to reduce risk of any sort of disease, because it is rich in fiber, it is rich in vitamin C, it increases the absorption of iron, it is loaded with antioxidants, it reduces the inflammation in your body. So on all, I'll say it is a package of nutrients and all the things that we need for a healthy functioning of our body. So one amla every day is very good. So what we can do is how we can involve amla. Amla generally सर्दियों में आता है in winters. So at that point of time, you can consume fresh amla. And when you do not have fresh amla, what we can do is we can either dehydrate them, we can sun dry them. Actually in winters, when you have the availability of that, you can just sun dry, boil them, de-seed them and dehydrate them, sun dry them, and you can just store it in the container. Soak 3 to 4 pieces of slices of amla in 1 glass of water overnight, strain them and drink them. You can easily get the dehydrated or the sun-dried amlas in market also from the grocery store, and you can enjoy that. Right? You can form like when the freshly prepared fresh amlas are available, you can prepare chutneys out of it, you can prepare pickle, you can even prepare a sabzi. So having one amla every day will definitely keep you away from constipation. Another I'll say Ayurveda superfood is Triphala. So it is a combination of 3 herbs. One is obviously the amla, right? So it is another source which really helps us not only in relieving constipation, it also has multiple benefits. It helps in improving your hair quality. it improves your digestion, it increases iron, it reduces your body weight, it reduces your blood pressure. So multiple benefits. So triphala can be consumed if you are having problem, you are having constipation for a longer period of time, and you are not able to resolve it by following the upper points, by increasing hydration, fiber, and adding probiotics, etc. If you feel still you are not relieved with constipation, what you can do is you can add triphala. How to take it? So the best and the authentic way to take amla is, according to Ayurveda, take 1 teaspoon of triphala powder, soak it in 1 glass of water overnight, and drink it first thing in the morning or in between your meals. Right? So you can drink it any time of the day in between your meals, or you can drink it early in the morning. So both the ways it will work wonder on your stomach, on your digestion. Right? Another thing, isabgol, the psyllium husk that we call, it is basically the stool softener. आज के टाइम में बहुत सारे laxatives हैं, बहुत सारी चीजें हैं. One should not take it regularly, but it can be taken if you are having the problem of constipation, or you are having the problem of hard stools. Right? So this can be taken, but one thing that we need to definitely need to keep in mind is that along with this, you need to drink a lot of water. Whatever remedy you follow, you will have to drink a lot of water. Otherwise, all these methods are in vain. Right? So we have to, if you are taking isabgol, you need to drink a lot of water. So how to take isabgol? Just take 1 tablespoon of isabgol. You can either mix it in a glass of hot milk and drink, or otherwise you can eat it and drink a glass of milk or warm water over it. Normally people complain कि ये मुंह में चिपक जाता है, it gets it is very sticky when mixed with water or something. So totally your choice how you want to proceed with it. Right? Last but not the least point, as I mentioned, the first cause, that is inactivity. Be very active, walk or exercise. जितना कम बैठोगे उतना ज्यादा आपका constipation और उतना जल्दी आपका constipation relieve होगा. Right? So keep walking, keep climbing and climbing stairs, take stairs instead of elevators, do some sort of yoga or exercise or hit the gym, whatever you want, but at least do 30 minutes of regular exercise or walk every day. So these were the treatments for constipation. Let's move ahead to the acidity. So what is acidity? We all are aware of that, right? जब हम बहुत ज़्यादा चाय पी लेते हैं, we have burning throat, we have burning जलन होना, पेट में जलन होना, छाती में जलन होना, गले में जलन होना, right? Or getting the bitter mouth. कभी-कभी we get the I don't know, but हिंदी में एक चीज बोली जाती है उबकाई आना, right? या फिर regurgitation that we call is, that is the reflux of acid from your food pipe or stomach into your mouth, right? So that is acid produce होता है हमारे stomach में. That is for the activity of the for the digestion of food basically. But जब इस acid का overproduction होता है हमारे stomach में, that is the problem. The production of the presence of acid is not the problem. The overproduction of acid is the problem. That is called acidity. So in this, number of symptoms are there, as I told, and along with this, what happens when the food is not properly digested? We get the backflow of acid or food in our mouth. So that is a sign of acidity. Burning in your throat, chest, or stomach is the thing. So why does this happen? What is the major causes? One, obviously, number one point, this is something that I am going to repeat 100 times today, the dehydration. Again, the biggest thing is dehydration, that is going to increase the production of acid and further problem. Another thing, skipping meals. Yes, not only overeating, skipping meals, maintaining long gap between your meals is another reason for acidity. So do not maintain long gaps between your meals, or do not delay your dinner to 12 a.m. or 1 a.m. or something, or do not delay your breakfast and do not have breakfast and lunch as a brunch in your day. So have proper time sensitive meals, right? And do not disturb the whole pattern. Another, as I said, overeating. जब हम बहुत ज़्यादा खाना खा लेते हैं स्वाद स्वाद में, or we are extremely hungry when we do not eat for a very long period of time, we tend to eat more when we eat after a long period of time, right? So that overeating can also lead to acidity. Eating fried food, that is in huge amount, right? Eating fried food every day or in huge amount, eating spicy food, eating processed food, eating food with artificial sweeteners, all these lead to acidity, right? So, and one most important thing is anxiety, stress, lack of sleep. These are also the causes of acidity. Some of you might have experienced the day you do not sleep well or you are anxious, you get extreme indigestion, or you feel acidity or burning in your stomachs. And the last point, which is also very common, is smoking and alcohol. Consumption of both is very bad for acidity. It is of no good to our digestive system, right? So moving forward, what are the symptoms? I already talked about it. Burning hota hai, pain hota hai stomach mein, throat mein, heartburn hota hai, regurgitation, that is the backflow of food or acid into your mouth, bloating, pet phool jana, or swollen belly or something, burping, belching, that you feel dakar aana, right? Most post meal heaviness, we feel after eating food, जब बहुत सारा खा लेते हैं, after a long period of time, we feel heavy, and we feel कि हाँ, there is some slight discomfort in the chest. That is also a sign of heartburn and acidity. And feeling nauseous, vomiting आना, कभी कभी खाना खाने के तुरंत बाद, या फिर if you have not slept for good time, or if you did not have a good sound sleep, you might wake up with vomiting and feeling nauseous, with headache, right? Indigestion, restlessness, feeling discomfortable throughout the day. All of these issues are of symptoms are of acidity. So now let's learn what are the treatments to it. So the first most important thing is limit your caffeine intake. जितने भी कैफिनेटेड बेवरेजेस हैं, एक्सेप्ट टी एंड कॉफी, जैसे हमारे जितने भी एनर्जी ड्रिंक्स आते हैं, सॉफ्ट ड्रिंक्स आते हैं, और व्हाटसोएवर दैट कंटेन्स कैफीन, दैट शुड बी अवॉइडेड. All the packaged beverages. The tea and coffee should be limited to twice in a day, right? Not more than 2 cups in a day, and avoid having tea or coffee in the late evenings or in the late nights, right? It is not advised to take tea or coffee in the evenings and night, right? So limit it to twice in a day, and try it to take like before 3 to 4 p.m., but not beyond that. If you take it, it is definitely going to result in sleepless nights and acidity. Another thing is hydration. As I already mentioned, hydration is very important. Third point is taking small and frequent meals. What it will do is it will reduce the gap between the meals. That will automatically reduce the acidity. Fourth point is adding curd. Curd is amazing. That is cold, that is soothing, which soothes the pH of your stomach, reduces the acid production. Buttermilk, another savior, the drink that can actually relieve your acidity. That's amazing, right? So adding curd or eating curd when you are feeling acidity, or drinking a glass of buttermilk with thoda sa coriander and thoda सा काला नमक, काली मिर्च, and adrak if possible, right? So this masala chas or buttermilk is going to work wonder on your stomach and relieve you from acidity. Obviously, quit smoking, quit alcohol, and if you cannot quit it, it is difficult for you, then please start limiting it and gradually move towards stopping it. Another remedy for this is amazing remedy actually, saunt ka pani. So saunt is ड्राई जिंजर, सूखा हुआ अदरक, तो आपको मार्केट में बहुत आसानी से मिल जाता है. सॉल्ट पाउडर भी मिल जाता है, सॉल्ट भी मिल जाती है, यू कैन पाउडर इट एट होम. So nothing to be done when you are feeling extreme acidity, you have to relieve it. What you can do is you can take 1 teaspoon of salt powder, mix it in 1 glass of warm water and drink it immediately. So this will definitely relieve you with the acidity. Or what you can do is you can take a small cup of cold milk and drink it without adding anything into it. That is also a remedy to relieve acidity. Moving ahead is the gas, flatulence, bloating. बहुत सारी चीजें बोलते हैं हम. So gas or bloating or flatulence is not a problem until and unless it is very frequent or it is a result of any other disease. So normally gas हो या जो flatulence हो, gas basically हमारे digestive system में produce होता है. When the food is digested, byproduct gas is the byproduct of it, correct? So वो definitely हमारे digestive system में होता है. But what and that gas is released through mouth, through anus, and we do not get to know that we are releasing it, right? Because that is released in very small amounts and we do not actually sense it. हमें पता भी नहीं चलता, and this way the gas is removed from the digestive system. But when this problem is due to something else like constipation, or it can be due to any other disease like celiac disease or lactose intolerance or diabetes or gastritis, peptic ulcers, etc., right? So the amount of gas produced increases, right? And whenever we pass the gas through anus or through mouth, right? So we get to know that we are passing it, right? So normally दो तरह से, as I said, कि gas produce होता है. एक तो हम जब भी कुछ खाते हैं, like I am speaking right now, lot of air I am gulping while speaking. When I eat food, then also I am. When I am drinking water, I am swallowing some air. But this swallowing is normal and this amount of gas is passed out through mouth or anus, right? But when we swallow excess air while drinking water from a straw, or when chewing gums, or when we are drinking water from a bottle, ऐसे आकर के पीते हैं ना हम लोग, that way, or when we are drinking or when we are chewing gums and mints and everything, right? Or when we are eating in a very much haste, बहुत जल्दी जल्दी खाना खाते हैं, we end up gulping so much of air that you can feel bloated after eating food, right? So these are some reasons, and the another reason is that when we digest food, as a byproduct, gas is produced, right? So what are the symptoms of gas? Symptoms आते हैं जब आप डकार, belching is डकार लेते हैं ना हम लोग, so that डकार is called expelling of air from the stomach basically, है ना? तो that is one of the symptom. बहुत ज्यादा ले रहे हो, ठीक है, मतलब थोड़ा बहुत दिन में 4-5 हो गया, 10 हो गया, that is okay, that is perfectly normal. But उससे ज्यादा होना, as it is said that up to more than 30 times it is said that you are having the issue of gas. Bloating, belly का बहुत ज्यादा swollen होना या फूला फूला लगना, heaviness लगना stomach पे, that is bloating. Or if you are passing wind, you are passing gas through anus, then it is also called gas. Sometimes this gas can be smelly, sometimes it can be unsmelly, but majorly smelly tab hoti hai when we have the constipation, when we have not the food has not digested properly and we have not passed stool, then the gas becomes smelly, otherwise it remains unsmelly, right? And it can also lead to abdominal pain, cramps, constipation, diarrhea, and a very bad day. You feel very socially awkward also when you belch, or when you blow, you have a swollen belly, or you pass gas, right? So that social awkwardness is also a problem. So how to relieve it? One, so there are some foods also which actually are difficult for our body to digest, so body को ज़्यादा मेहनत करनी पड़ती है, right? So they produce more gases, so that is also one reason. And most of these food are the oligosaccharides, that is our beans and legumes, जो दाल जो basically beans होती हैं, legumes होते हैं, चना, राजमा, है ना, chickpeas, everything, right? So, and sometimes fiber also inflammate or irritate our intestine. That time they are also not digested properly, which can further lead to gas and bloating, right? So we should definitely have a balanced meal. Again, balanced meal means सब कुछ proper proportion में आपके meal में सब्जी भी होना चाहिए, दाल भी होना चाहिए, रोटी भी होना चाहिए, या राइस भी होना चाहिए, दही भी होना चाहिए, छोटे छोटे पोर्शंस में सब कुछ होना चाहिए. एंड डू नॉट फॉल फॉर कि हाँ जी राइस कम होना चाहिए, ये चपाती कम होना चाहिए और बाकी पोर्शन ज्यादा होना चाहिए. नो, एवरीथिंग नीड्स टू बी इन प्रॉपर प्रोपोर्शन, बिकॉज अगर आप फाइबर भी बहुत ज्यादा लेते हो या आप दाल लेग्यूम्स भी बहुत ज्यादा लेते हो, दिस कैन ऑल्सो लीड टू दी ब्लोटिंग इशू. बहुत सारे लोग बोलते हैं ना कि प्रोटीन का इंटेक इंक्रीज करो, प्रोटीन का इंटेक इंक्रीज करो, बट वन शुड नॉट इंक्रीज इट इंस्टेंटली. वी शुड इंक्रीज इट ग्रेजुअली and simple form में that can be easily digested by our body, otherwise it can lead to bloating. Another thing is adding probiotics. Probiotics, most common thing is curd. Pickles are also probiotics, so prepare जैसे नींबू का अचार, very amazing. So having that one small piece is a good thing. Be active throughout the day, right? So we have to walk, we have to exercise, we have to do yoga to get rid of all these things. Especially अगर किसी को bloating का issue है, खाना खाते ही heaviness होती है, so do not sit after eating food. Walk for 10 to 15 minutes. बर्तन अपने उठाकर रख के आओ, थोड़ा walk करो, थोड़ा ऊपर नीचे एक दो staircase चढ़ो, so that will be really good to relieve the bloating. बहुत जगह पे ये ट्रेडिशन है that we eat सौंफ, the fennel seeds after food, right? So chew that. That is amazing to relieve all the bloating and gastric issues. Or you can just boil 1 teaspoon of fennel seeds or saunf in 1 glass of water for 2 to 3 minutes and drink that and chew the seeds. You can do any of it. And very important is अपनी eating habits को watch out करना, मुंह बंद करके चबाना और हर एक बाइट को धीरे धीरे चबाना is very important. So just summarizing, what are the 5 things that we need to change from today itself? So if you have acidity, if you have constipation, if you have bloating or gas, start your day with a banana. जो लोग अपना दिन टी या कॉफी से शुरू करते हैं, please stop it. Start your day with a banana and you will feel the difference. Banana is rich in fiber, it is rich in magnesium, and it is an amazing prebiotic, right? So please add a banana, start your day with a banana, and I can bet you that all of your issues will be resolved that are related to bloating, acidity, or constipation. Another thing, as I already mentioned many times, limit the consumption of tea or coffee. Limit it to not more than 2 cups in a day and keep it before 4 p.m. in the day. Do not consume it late in the night. Third point, add prebiotics for probiotics to act on it. तो प्रोबायोटिक तो हम खा रहे हैं कर्ड के फॉर्म में, बट वो बैक्टीरिया किसी पे एक्ट भी तो करेगा. So adding fiber, fruits and salads along with curd is amazing. So prebiotic और probiotic के combinations खाने चाहिए, right? Curd with banana, curd with fruits, curd with rice. All are these prebiotic and probiotic combination. Khichdi with the dahi, dal, chawal, all of these are prebiotics and probiotics, so consume them. Add natural laxatives. As I mentioned, natural laxatives कौन से हैं? Ghee, makhan, and then your nuts and seeds, these are the natural laxatives. So please, please, please add these in proper proportion, not more, not less, but do add, do not remove it from your diet. And the last, fifth point, be on your toes. I mean, do not keep sitting. Move from your chair, move from your bed, move from your couch. Try to I'm not saying cover lots of steps in the day. That's not the target. Just be mobile. You have to walk, you have to do the exercise, you have to do the any sort of physical activity that you enjoy. So this is it for today. So over to you guys now, over to all of you. You have please send all of your message questions that I can help you out with.
Thank you so much, Ms. Diksha, for making us understand about these helpful tips that we can follow. We got so many feedback in the chat box wherein we got to know that people are really liking this. So thank you so much for sharing these tips with us. So now we would be taking the questions from everyone. First of all, Ms. Diksha, the first question that we have got is, अगर chronic constipation है, कॉन्स्टिपेशन होके कुछ दिन में ठीक हो जाता है एंड फिर दोबारा होता है, तो कुछ कुछ डेज के गैप में अगर कॉन्स्टिपेशन होता है किसी को, तो उस केस में क्या करना चाहिए? डू दे हैव टू फॉलो द रेमेडी थ्रू आउट?
ओके, सो हर किसी का कॉन्स्टिपेशन का पैटर्न थोड़ा सा डिफरेंट होता है. सम पीपल हैव इट कि उनको थ्रू आउट द टाइम कॉन्स्टिपेशन कंटिन्यूड रहता है. किसी किसी को नॉर्मल हो जाता है फिर कॉन्स्टिपेशन होता है. किसी किसी को लूज हो जाता है स्टमक, फिर उसके बाद नॉर्मल हो जाता है, फिर कॉन्स्टिपेशन होता है, एंड द साइकिल रिपीट्स ओवर. दैट मीन्स देयर इज लैक of fiber and lack of probiotics in your diet. So load up on your probiotics, have a good hydration, and along with that have good fiber so that that probiotic bacteria, good bacteria can act on the food. So have good amount of fiber in your meals. So having them, hydrating them, doing proper exercise will definitely help you. And sometimes we do something like कभी कभी क्या होता है ना कि हमारी एक्टिविटीज, लाइफस्टाइल चेंज हो जाता है जिसकी वजह से. सो यू हैव टू नोटिस कि कौन सी ऐसी एक्टिविटी मैं करता हूँ जब ये मुझे एग्रेवेट हो जाता है प्रॉब्लम. वाटर का इंटेक रिड्यूस हो जाता है, या फाइबर का इंटेक रिड्यूस हो जाता है, या मैं कुछ अलग खाना शुरू कर देता हूँ, या मेरी एक्टिविटी रुक जाती है. सो वी हैव टू फोकस ओवर दैट.
Thank you so much, Ms. Diksha, for making us understand this. Next question is, जैसा आपने अभी बताया कि सबका बॉल मूवमेंट का जो पैटर्न है वो डिफरेंट होता है, उसी से रिलेटेड एक क्वेश्चन है कि आई गो फॉर फ्लश ट्वाइस इन अ डे, इज दैट ओके?
Yeah, that is perfectly normal. हर किसी का एक रूटीन रहता है. Some people have the routine that they have to go and flush, they have to clear their stomach first thing in the morning, and some people do it after eating their meals and everything, and some even do it after coming from their office or when they end their day, right? And they have this thing कि कोई एक टाइम में क्लियर करते हैं अपने bowel or more than that. That is perfectly normal until and unless it is affecting your lifestyle or it is affecting you, right? Otherwise that is perfectly normal, no issues at all.
Okay, thank you. मैं देख सकती हूँ ऑडियंस में से एक कुछ सवाल पूछना चाहते हैं. जी, आप अपना सवाल पूछेंगे. मैं एक्चुअली आपका नाम नहीं देख पा रही हूँ, क्या आप अपना सवाल पूछ सकते हैं?
I have a bloating problem.
Sorry?
जी, आप ब्लोटिंग के इशू के लिए, यस, आई थिंक ही इज मेंशनिंग अबाउट ब्लोटिंग. आप ब्लोटिंग के इशू के लिए कह रहे हैं?
हाँ जी, हाँ जी
जी.
Okay, so bloating के लिए as I told, we have bloating basically बहुत सारे reasons की वजह से होती है. एयर बहुत ज्यादा गल्प कर लेना, या फिर हम प्रॉपर डाइजेशन नहीं हो पा रहा है. सो वी विल हैव टू रूल आउट दैट प्रॉब्लम, राइट? सो वॉकिंग आफ्टर योर मील्स इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. इंप्रूविंग योर ईटिंग हैबिट, स्लोली चबाना, गल्प नहीं करना एयर को, ग्लास से पानी पीना, धीरे धीरे चबाना, टीवी नहीं देखना खाते हुए बिकॉज हमारा ध्यान चला जाता है वहां पर, राइट? एंड अलॉन्ग विद दैट कर्ड ऐड करना, फाइबर ऐड करना, प्रॉपर वॉक करना, एक्सरसाइजेस करना will really help you with bloating, and definitely start your day with banana. That will really help you in relieving your bloating.
थैंक यू सो मच मिस दीक्षा। जैसा आप सभी ने देखा, आज जो हमने बातें की हैं दैट इज बेस्ड ऑन होलिस्टिक अप्रोच। जो हम हमेशा बात करते हैं कि हम हमारे किचन में जो चीजें अवेलेबल हैं, जो हम हमेशा से फॉलो करते आते थे पहले, जो हम अभी के लाइफस्टाइल में भूल चुके हैं, उसे अगर हमें फॉलो करना है, तो अगर अभी तक आपने जाइला केयर नहीं एक्सपीरियंस किया है, दिस इज अ ग्रेट मोमेंट टू वर्क ऑन योर हेल्थ अंडर मिस दीक्षा's टीम। तो अगर आपने अभी तक भी जाइला केयर नहीं इवॉल्व किया है या आप अभी तक नहीं देख पाए हैं, तो दिस इज अ प्लेटफॉर्म फॉर यू। आप ये नंबर नोट कर सकते हैं। अगर आपको इन तरीके की कोई भी परेशानियां हैं जिन पे आप काम करना चाहते हैं या जिन पे आप चाहते हैं कि आपका रूट कॉज मिलके आपको प्रॉपर ट्रीटमेंट दी जाए, तो आप इस नंबर पे हमें कांटेक्ट कर सकते हैं एंड विल बी वेरी हैप्पी टू हेल्प यू रिजॉल्व योर हेल्थ इश्यूज। So now taking up the next question, Ms. Diksha, we have next question is want to know more about pre and probiotic.
Okay, so this is a basically this is not something new. It might sound fancy, but it is not something new. So हम ages से मेरे हिसाब से बचपन से हम लोग दाल चावल खाते आ रहे हैं, कर्ड राइस खाते आ रहे हैं, लस्सी पीते आ रहे हैं, एंड फ्रूट्स खाते आ रहे हैं, बटर मिल्क विद फ्रूट एंड एवरीथिंग, राइट? सो दिस वे एंड दिस प्रैक्टिस इज वेरी ट्रेडिशनल एंड वेरी ऑथेंटिक. सो प्रोबायोटिक एक गुड बैक्टीरिया है जो आपकी गट फ्लोरा को इम्प्रूव करता है, जो फूड के ऊपर एक्ट करता है, उसको डाइजेशन में हेल्प करता है, ब्रेक करता है स्मॉल 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 पीसेस में, एंड उसको प्रॉपरली ब्रेक करता है जिससे उससे एनर्जी भी मिल जाए और जो उसके न्यूट्रिएंट्स हैं वो भी मिल जाए, राइट? बट उस बैक्टीरिया को किसी चीज पे एक्ट भी तो करना पड़ेगा, राइट? उसको वो फूड चाहिए. सो फाइबर एंड द अदर फूड, जितने भी कार्ब्स होते हैं, जितने भी फाइबर्स होते हैं, दे आर प्रीबायोटिक्स. तो दे नीड दैट टू एक्ट ओवर. अब हम दही तो खा रहे हैं, पर वो एक्ट किसके ऊपर करेगा? करेक्ट? तो उसके साथ हमें एक कुछ खाना पड़ेगा जिससे वो बैक्टीरिया एक्ट करेगा, सो दैट गट फ्लोरा कैन इम्प्रूव, वी कैन गेट द एनर्जी, वी कैन गेट द nutrients from the food that we eat, right? So that combination is very important. So what are the amazing combinations? Khichdi with curd rice, dal rice with teaspoon of ghee over it, right? And along with that aapke jitne bhi fruits hain with curd or something or buttermilk, we need to have it. So that is an amazing combination of probiotic and prebiotic.
Thank you so much for explaining us in such a simple language, Ms. Diksha. संदीप अरोड़ा जी हमसे कुछ पूछना चाहते हैं। जी संदीप जी, आप अपना सवाल पूछेंगे।
मैम, मैं जब अंडा खाता हूँ तो मुझे व्हाइट पार्ट बहुत दिक्कत करता है, मेरे पेट में आग सी लग जाती है, क्यों?
अंडे का व्हाइट पार्ट,
हाँ जी, तो एसिडिटी होता है आपको उससे?
नहीं, उससे क्या होता है, मेरे पेट में आग सी लग जाती है और मेरे आंखों के आगे अंधेरा सा छाने लगता है उससे.
Okay, so sometimes some people are allergic to eggs, है ना? कभी कभी हमें कोई एलर्जी भी होती है और किसी किसी को एग डाइजेस्ट भी नहीं होता है, राइट? सो इफ दिस इज द प्रॉब्लम, आपको डाइजेशन में प्रॉब्लम आ रहा है अंडा खाने के बाद, सो आई गेस यू शुड एक्चुअली अवॉइड इट ईटिंग इट, या फिर आपको नोटिस करना चाहिए, हमें थोड़ा सा अपने रूटीन के ऊपर देखना पड़ेगा कि क्या ये सिर्फ एग से हो रहा है या फिर कोई और फूड खाने से भी हो रहा है, सो दैट वी कैन प्रॉपरली मैनेज इट. एंड कोशिश कीजिए कि उसको लेट नाइट पे ना खा के आप उसको दिन में खाइए, इफ इट इज नॉट गिविंग यू दैट मच प्रॉब्लम, या उसका कंजम्पशन धीरे धीरे करके कम कर दीजिए, एंड वंस इन अ वीक खाइए, फिर धीरे धीरे इंक्रीज करते रहिए. सो दैट कैन बी अ मेथड. अगर बहुत ज्यादा तकलीफ दे रहा है, इट विल बी बेटर कि आप उसको एक्सक्लूड कर दें अपनी डाइट से और उसकी जगह बाकी सोर्सेज से अपना प्रोटीन और बाकी सारे न्यूट्रिएंट्स से.
Thank you, Ms. Diksha, for answering that. Next question is, will animal food cause constipation? ये हमें question मिला है Ms. कैरवी से. Will animal food cause constipation?
It is not like कि वो constipation cause करेगा, but yes, no doubt कि animal food, जितने भी chicken, mutton, ये सब चीजें रहती हैं, duck and whatever the seafood is, right? So this is bit complicated and difficult for our digestive system to digest, right? So our digestive system has to work more to digest this. So इसको better रहता है कि हम लोग इसकी एक तो सबसे important है कि इसकी quantity को manage करके चलें. If you are eating it in a proper proportion, it is not going to harm you. हाँ, if we are only eating meat like in keto diet, right? You are definitely going to have the constipation problem or the other digestive problems, because definitely it is very difficult to digest. Correct. Another thing is you have to prepare it very nicely. Do not do not deep fry it every time. Yeah, do not cook it with lot of spices, lot of oils and everything. Meat has its own oil. उसमें already बहुत fat होता है ना? So try to cook it with its own fat rather than cooking it with extra fat, right? So that is another thing. एंड स्पाइसेस उसमें घर के पिसे हुए डालिए और कम डालिए. डू नॉट मेक इट लाइक very spicy. That is another thing. And the last thing is, I generally suggest that better time of consuming non-veg is in afternoon rather than in dinner, because dinner के बाद हम लोग सब लोग सोते हैं. We do not perform any physical activity. Rather, ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा we'll walk for 10 to 15 minutes and we'll go to sleep. But when we eat it in the dinner, in the afternoon, we have the another half of the day to cover up. So it is better for us to digest at that point of time. So better option is that you consume it in the afternoon, but it is not something that you can, if you consume non-veg, it will lead to gastric issues or something else.
Thank you so much, Ms. Diksha, for also making us know about an alternative that we can follow. अंजनी कुमार जी कुछ पूछना चाहते हैं. Yes, Mr. Anjani, can you?
हाँ जी मैम, मुझे डिनर के बाद तुरंत नींद आ जाती है. ऐसी क्या परेशानी हो सकती है डाइजेस्टिव सिस्टम के हिसाब से?
वैसे तो डिनर के बाद नींद आ जाती है तो बहुत अच्छी बात है मिस्टर जैन, राइट? क्योंकि सोने का टाइम है, हमारी बॉडी को भी पता चल जाता है कि सोना है, राइट? सो दैट इज रियली गुड. लोगों को नींद नहीं आती है, राइट? बट अगर आपको कोई डिस्कम्फर्ट नहीं हो रहा है, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं हो रही है, सो आई डोंट थिंक इट इज अ प्रॉब्लम. ट्राई आप अपना डिनर थोड़ा जल्दी कर लीजिए. नॉर्मली आप कितने बजे डिनर करते हैं अपना?
मैं 8:30 बजे के आसपास करता हूँ.
8:30 बजे के आसपास. सो दैट इज ओके. अगर आप 8:30 बजे कर रहे हैं, वैसे नॉर्मली वी सजेस्ट कि आधे पौने घंटे का, वैसे तो 2 घंटा बोला जाता है टेक्निकली कि 2 घंटे तक हमें रेस्ट करना चाहिए, देन वी शुड गो टू बेड. सो बेटर ऑप्शन इज दैट यू शिफ्ट इट बिट अर्लियर इन द इवनिंग, है ना? ट्राई टू हैव इट बाय if possible 7:30 if it is ready and everyone is comfortable at home, right? Otherwise आप ठीक है, थोड़ा सा टहलो, थोड़ा वॉक करो, थोड़ा वज्रासन में बैठो, राइट? यू विल फील बेटर. एंड ऐसा कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है कि आपको खाना खाते ही बहुत ज्यादा नींद आ रही है, बट हाँ, बहुत ज्यादा ड्राउजीनेस हो रही है खाना खाते ही. एंड इट इज नॉट ओनली आफ्टर डिनर, इट इज आफ्टर any of the meal. You feel very sleepy or something. You need, if you are diabetic, please check your blood sugar levels. It might be a high blood sugar episode also, and it can cause like hyperglycemia sometimes can lead to sleepiness and drowsiness, right? If this is the case, you can once check your blood sugar level also.
Okay ma'am, thank you ma'am.
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Nishant and Mr. Sandeep Arora will be taking up your questions shortly. So, Ms. Diksha, what we have so many questions in the chat box. I hope we'll be able to cover most of them. The next question is, I have serious issue of belching the moment I lie down on bed. Also, at times, I get acid reflux in the mid of sleep, which chokes me. So, any suggestions for this?
Okay, so belching, as I said, normally it happens when we swallow a lot amount of air while eating food, or it can be due to when the food is not digested properly. So first thing I'll suggest is that you improve your eating habit, right? आप अपना खाना धीरे धीरे चबाओ, मुंह बंद करके चबाओ. Do not use gadgets. Do not watch TV or surf on laptop or use your phone while eating food, because it is a source of distraction. It leads to distraction while eating food. So do not do that, which we all of us do that, basically, right? We should not do that. Another thing is that we should improve our digestion by adding fiber, by keeping ourselves hydrated, by adding probiotics to our meals and having balanced meals. Raw, अगर आपको raw fruits और salads irritate करते हैं, if you feel like, so रात को उसका consumption थोड़ा सा कम करें, है ना? Try to take all the fruits and salads before 6 p.m. in the night. Right, and along with that, अगर आपको लेटने के बाद acid reflux होता है या कुछ problem आती है, so I'll suggest it, do not lie flat in the supine position on the bed. Instead, elevate your head little bit, है ना? थोड़ा सा तकिया यूज करके अपने हेड को थोड़ा सा एलिवेट कीजिए, तो उससे आपको जो ये regurgitation होती है या reflux आता है वो नहीं आएगा. So this is one thing, and I'll suggest you to go for a herbal tea, that the soft water that I suggested. So drink that after your meals, you'll or before your dinner, post dinner, so that this will really help you out. Sorry, you are on mute, Sanghamitra.
I'm so sorry for that. Thank you so much, Ms. Diksha, for explaining us in detail about this answer. Nishanji, you can ask your question now.
Thank you, Diksha, for this webinar. And my question is, I was listening to you and I just want to give me my routine. I wake up at 7 o'clock and start with a banana, and then I work out for an hour. And then I have my breakfast around 9:30, 10. And then there is a small meal in between, and then I take my lunch at 2 o'clock. And then there is a gap till 5:36, and then I have one fruit, and then my dinner is at 8 o'clock, right? And then I sleep at 11 o'clock, but I take a walk for 30 minutes every day. So this is my routine. But still, you know, for past 2 years, I'm suffering with acidity, and I've got the endoscopy done also. My stomach is fine. Even the esophagus is perfectly fine. And but still I feel blood, burping and acid, and it is getting more and more, rather, getting better. I don't I mean, I used to drink, but I have stopped. So though I was occasional drinker, I stopped. I don't smoke. I don't drink tea, coffee, because could be that irritate my esophagus or stomach because of caffeine. So I'm doing everything, and still I'm suffering a lot. So I don't know what to do. One more thing I want to add. Somebody asked me to have juice of ash god. I tried it, but I felt immense burning in 3 or 4 days. So I don't know. I stopped it.
Okay. So acidity can be due to the several reasons. You are following a good routine that I mentioned right earlier also. That it can be due to multiple reasons. You are not able to clear your bowels properly. The food that you eat is not digested properly.
This is happening, huh?
Yeah.
And I'm 47, so I just want to give you my age so you can, yeah.
So it might be due to the indigestion, that you are not able, your system is not able to digest your food. The meals are not properly balanced. The probiotics are lacking. The fiber is lacking in their diet, and the hydration is not proper because it depends on our activities also, precipitation levels also. And so hydration is one the reason that you want to take. Already you are taking care of caffeine and everything. So that's good. What I'll suggest is you load up on your, like, you do have 2 to 3 servings of fruits in a day, add salads in your meal, definitely. Along with that, have curd in your breakfast, lunch and everything.
That I started.
And, yeah, and along with that, I'll just give you a remedy that I gave you, the salt water. That is amazing. Or what you can do is you can start adding ajwain in your meals. है ना? You can just ask to add ajwain in the tadka, है ना? जो हम सब्जी और दाल का तड़का लगाते हैं, उसमें either you can start adding ginger paste, or you can start adding ajwain. Ajwain is really good. So either you can chew it also, that is also great.
So I can have it raw.
Yeah, you can have it with a glass of water also. Just chew it and drink the water. So that is also good. And I'll suggest we need to monitor properly that what is the reason for acidity. If it is still not relieving after taking so many measures, it can be a problem in the routine that we normally neglect the things, right? So proper analysis is needed. I'll suggest that you reach out to the team further so that we can analyze and help you out in better.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. Thank you.
much, Mr. Nishant. Although we are running short of time, since we have so many questions, we would just be extending by few minutes to answer those questions that are possible. But if in case your answer was not, we were not able to answer all your questions today, please do reach out to us. If in case you want to get any personalized guidance, we would be really happy to help you. As the number shared over the screen, you can reach out to us over the number. So you can note it down, and please do reach out to us so that we can help you in any of these health issues that you are facing. So the next question, Ms. Diksha, is the Monica Agarwal, the question is from Ms. Monica Agarwal. She's asking, heard white pumpkin juice, petha, has lot of benefits in constipation. Is it correct?
Yes, any fruit, any vegetable has lots of benefits in improving constipation. Definitely, it has antioxidants, it has a lot of fiber and everything. But I would suggest that drinking juice of anything is not the idea. Juice pina, soup pina. No, consume it in the most natural form. Consume it in the form of sabzis. Consume it as a salad. If it petha cannot be consumed as a salad, although, but हाँ sabzi खाना उसकी fruits को fruit की form में खाना, not in the form of juice. Vegetables को vegetable के form में खाना, salads के form में खाना, and not in the form of soups and juices. That is a much better way. So go for that instead of making out soups and juices, because it loses all of its vitamins, its antioxidants, its nutrients, its fiber content, and lot.
Thank you so much. Next question is from Mr. M. Damu Singh. He's asking, consumption of banana vis-a-vis high potassium. Mr. Damu Singh, as you know, he is diabetic. So he might be asking that we suggested having banana, starting your day with banana. So since banana,
one thing yes, sorry. So one thing that we need to take care of definitely is if your serum potassium levels are on the higher side, one needs to increase the hydration, and along with that, limit the consumption of potassium rich food products like banana, then coconut water, then orange juices, raisins, dates, prunes. All of these are rich sources of potassium, so one should definitely limit the consumption of that. But if your serum potassium levels are perfectly within the range, you are free to have it. Even if you are diabetic, you can enjoy banana definitely.
Sure. Thank you so much, Ms. Diksha, for making us understand the reason behind this. Next question is a bit elaborate, and this would be the last question for today's session, everyone. Please do reach out to us over the number shared over the screen if in case you want to know more about how these health tips can help you in managing your health conditions. The question says, मेरे पेट के पीछे की तरफ राइट साइड में गैस का गोला सा बन जाता है, 4-5 दिन तक रहता है, फिर ब्लोटिंग होकर ठीक हो जाता है. So any suggestions for this?
So that is quite something to physically examine, I must say. Doctors need to see what it is actually, whether it is some mass of cells or something else. We cannot say that gas ka gola hai. So we need to actually physically examine this, that what the problem is. Rest you should focus over your eating habits, जिससे कि आपको indigestion ना हो. Properly follow your guidelines, follow your routine, do proper exercise, take proper balanced meal, जिससे आपको ये problem for the future में आए ही ना. That is the thing one can do. But if this is happening on a regular basis or something, so please get it examined by your nearby doctor so that he or she can help you out better.
Thank you so much, Ms. Diksha, for making us understand all these tips and health related information. I'm sure that all of the people who have joined today were able to find these helpful tips. They have noted it down so that they can improve on their health better. So thank you so much, and also for answering all those queries in such detail. Thank you so much, Ms. Diksha. It was really, we are really grateful that on this day you shared this platform with us and shared all these helpful tips with us. And thank you so much, everyone, for joining in. Hope we were able to answer all of your questions. Since we are running short of time, we have answered most of the questions that we got. If in case your question was not answered, please do reach out to us. We would be really happy to help you in all of your health issues. And please stay tuned for these next webinars that we would be doing for educating and creating awareness. Thank you so much. Please take care. Good night, Shabba. Thank you so much.